Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now for the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Now pause for a moment of silence.
Good morning, Raiders. I'm Kyle Garza. And I'm Tre Sterling. Just before 8 a.m. on December 7th, 1941, the date which will live in infamy, the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor and 6 other military bases on Oahu, Hawaii, officially bringing the United States into World War II, changing American and world history. The Japanese planned to destroy the Pacific Fleet and sunk or damaged 21 U.S. Pacific Fleet vessels, destroyed 188 aircraft, and damaged another 159. More than 2,390 Americans were killed in the raid, including 49 civilians, many of them killed by friendly fire. Another 1,000 were wounded. The events of that date triggered American resolve and resourcefulness, as well as an unmatched commitment to the defense of freedom.
The day after the assault, President Franklin D. Roosevelt asked Congress to declare war on Japan. After the Pearl Harbor attack, the American people were united in their determination to go to war against fascism. The Japanese wanted to end the economic sanctions against them. Instead, they pushed the United States into a global conflict that ultimately resulted in Japan's defeat. Pearl Harbor endures as a symbol of American resilience and resolve, and the 75th annual commemoration of the attack on Pearl Harbor fosters reflection, remembrance, and the understanding of America's national identity and global influence.
Here's a short video clip about Pearl Harbor.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
This event single-handedly spurred the United States into joining World War II. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be learning more about the attack on Pearl Harbor. The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor was the culmination of 2 decades of friction that existed between those countries. Japan's increased efforts at expanding its territory created even more tension with major Western countries like the US, France, and Britain. An attack on China by Japan in 1937 was criticized by many members of the League of Nations and illustrated the Asian country's military might and readiness to use it. After World War II had started, efforts to deter Japan proved ineffective, and on September 27, 1940, the country signed the Tripartite Act to form the Axis powers with Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy, and gain even more power. This proved a direct threat to the United States, as the country was now in danger of attack on both its coasts. The US made steps to prepare for war, but remained neutral. Japan continued their invasion through Indochina in 1940 and 41. Meanwhile, the United States tried to halt their progress by banning exports to the country, most importantly oil and raw materials, closing shipping lanes to their use, and other such tactics. Japan desperately needed U.S. oil, but the Americans demanded they leave China. Japan refused and decided swift military action was their only option. Negotiations finally stalled, and on December 1, 1941, Japan officially approved war against the U.S., Great Britain, and Holland. It was to begin with an attack to neutralize the U.S. Pacific Fleet in Pearl Harbor on Hawaii's Oahu Island. Japan hoped to take control of Southeast Asia without being impeded, and the attack was meant to accomplish this while also crushing American morale and neutralizing the US so Japan could expand their conquests elsewhere. Battle began before Japan had formally declared war on the United States, making it a surprise attack. This left the Americans unprepared and scrambling to defend themselves. The attack took place in 2 waves, coming from both the air and the water. The first wave began just before 8 a.m. on December 7th, with the second coming an hour later. Though the attack only lasted 2 hours, by the time it was over, almost every American plane had been damaged, as had a number of other military crafts. 2 battleships, the USS Oklahoma and the USS Arizona, were completely destroyed. In fact, the Arizona remains underwater in Pearl Harbor as a memorial to honor those lost in the battle. The death toll of this attack reached over 2,300, including military personnel and civilians. Just one day later, the United States officially entered World War II, marking a turning point in this historic conflict.
The American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory.
Seniors participating in the high school project must attend a second mandatory meeting that needs to be completed before December 14th. Check the SHS high school project webpage for a link to sign up or join Remind so that you don't miss any announcement for seniors throughout the spring.
The prom fundraising committee will be selling custom Sunnyvale water bottles during tomorrow and Friday at the basketball games Friday night. The cost is $12. For an extra $3, that's $15 total. You can get your name or nickname on the side. Buy one for yourself or as a gift for someone else. Supplies are limited, so get yours today.
There will be a meeting for anyone who will be participating or interested in participating in track and field this spring. The meeting will be held in Coach Broom's room 207, during second lunch on December 12th, 2016. We will be discussing important information about the program, schedule, and shirt orders. This meeting is mandatory for anyone participating in track. If you cannot make the meeting, please see Coach Broom before the Christmas break.
On December 14th, we will celebrate the season by wearing your favorite ugly Christmas sweater. There will be a prize for the teacher and student with the ugliest holiday sweater. Remember that your sweater must follow school dress code.
Here are the results from the all-region band competition on Monday. Flutes: Ashley Rivera, Aaliyah Fredrickson, Sophie Hansen, and Sophie DeShaza. Oboes: Vivian Tang and Rebecca Shoemaker. Clarinet: Claire Saucer, Alina Alexander, Jacob Miller, and Kayla Pomodoro. Bass clarinet: Zane Fisher. Saxophone: Seth Fredrickson, Elise Norley, and Kelsey Pomodoro. Tenor sax: Andrew Miller. Trumpet: Logan Jacobs, Angela Abraham, and Leland Kirby Rivera. Trombone: Jacob Bradford and Nicole Wee. Euphonium: Ty Tran and Naeem Kelton. Trombone: Jacob Bradford and Nicole Wee. Euphonium: Ty Tran and Naeem Kelton. Tuba: Colby Tyndall. Percussion: Jenning Tien and Nisa Kantorik.
All boys and girls interested in playing golf this year need to meet in the gym Thursday, December 8th during first activity period.
Attention Raiders, Sunnyvale Student Council is having a canned food drive November 28th through December 8th to benefit the Texas Food Bank. Make sure to bring as many cans as you can in order to help people in need. The grade with the most cans gets a pizza party. Please turn in all your cans to your English teacher. Freshmen have 47 items, sophomores have 40, juniors have around 100, and the seniors have no canned goods. Please help out the Raiders. Oh man, please help out Raiders, not the Raiders.
Mitchell Bells received the Graduating Senior Award for the 2016 BEST Robotics Competition sponsored by Texas Instruments. The prize came with a $200 gift card and a chance to win a scholarship. Only one senior from 34 schools was selected for this award.
1.
Semester exams are just around the corner, Raiders. During the fall semester, all students must take their core exams. Exemptions are for non-core classes only. You may only be exempt if you are not on the discipline list, have minimal absences, and meet the grade requirement. For an 80 or higher, you may not have any absences. For an 85 or higher, you may have 1 absence. For a 90 or higher, you may have 2 absences, and for a 95 or higher, you may have 3 absences. Semester exams will be on December 14th to December 16th.
Coach Crone will be retiring over Christmas break. Sunnyvale is hosting a retirement reception for him today from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. in the boardroom at the old elementary school. Let's show Coach Crone that we appreciate all he did for us during his years here at Sunnyvale.
Happy birthday to TJ Gleaves.
Have a great day, Raiders.